Dayo lives in Lagos. He is 22. He decides he wants to take YouTube seriously. He says, "I'm going all in." He clears a space in his room, borrows a camera, learns editing on YouTube, and plans his day around grinding, filming, editing and uploading. On the first day, the light goes off. He waited 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, nothing. So he turned on his generator, but the fuel finishes. He checks his phone, NEPA still hasn't got light. The day ends with no video. The next day, the same thing happened. The motivation is there, the discipline is there, but the electricity is not. Now, pause that picture. There's another 22-year-old, same age, same hustle, same YouTube dream, but he lives in Accra, Ghana. He wakes up and there's light. So he can edit all night if he wants and upload when he's ready. His biggest problem is ideas, not power. Now, back to Nigeria. Musa is in Kano. He decided he wants to learn programming because everybody tells him tech is the future. So he believes them. He downloads courses and schedules his time. He's ready to suffer, but you can't code in the dark. His laptop battery dies. The internet router goes off. The light comes at 1 a.m. and goes again by 4 a.m. He is not lazy. He is not unserious. He just doesn't control electricity. Now, zoom out. You'll find different 22-year-olds from different cities with different dreams, but the same problem, electricity. Then look around Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda. They are not perfect countries and they are not richer than Nigeria, but they still have steady electricity. So why is it so hard for Nigeria to fix its electricity? This is the breakdown of why Nigeria cannot fix its electricity after decades of trying. It's a new day in Nigeria and a new leader just took office. He promised to turn Nigeria into Dubai. 1 naira will equal $1. Corruption will be vanquished. Insecurity will be vaporized. But most importantly, he swore to generate 24/7 electricity within his first week in office. However, the first problem our hero will confront is the cost of power generation. Power generation in Nigeria and in Africa more broadly is extremely expensive. You see, to generate electricity, you need to spend these fan-like machines called turbines, and because electricity cannot be stored in tanks like water, the turbines must keep spinning continuously in order to provide a constant supply of electricity. Therefore, we need to provide a constant source of force to keep these turbines spinning. There are various ways to provide this force. However, in Nigeria, they mainly use two methods: the flow of water, hydropower, or burning natural gas, oil, or coal to drive the turbines. The cheapest way to do it is by using coal, but Nigeria lacks it, and even though some neighboring African countries have coal, it is very expensive to move it through the land because neither Nigeria nor its neighboring countries has an efficient transport system to move large amount of coal. Therefore, coal accounts for only 0.4% of Nigeria's energy generation. So, natural gas and hydroelectric sources account for almost 100% of Nigeria's electricity. Hydroelectric power requires building dams, which costs billions of dollars and requires a year-round supply of water. Therefore, it becomes unreliable during rainy season. For natural gas, even though Nigeria has it, the gas needs to be transported to different parts of the country, which is very expensive. Moreover, the price of gas is determined by external demands. So, when the price of gas goes up, the cost of generating electricity also goes up. Plus, the engine used for power generation are foreign made and must be purchased with foreign exchange. And given the declining value of Naira, this makes everything more expensive. So all this combines to make electricity generation in Nigeria extremely expensive. However, Nigeria is in massive need of an upgrade in its power generation because currently, Nigeria generates approximately 4,000 to 5,000 megawatts of power for a population of 330 million people. For context, Africa's second largest economy, South Africa, generates 40,000 megawatts of power for a population of 62 million people. The United States has a capacity of 1.3 million megawatts for a population of 350 million people. Norway, with a population of just 4 million, produces 36,000 megawatts of power. Ghana has a stable electricity, but its capacity is just 2,500 megawatts. However, because their population is around 30 million, it works for them. So basically, Nigeria will need to start generating at least 20,000 megawatts to have steady electricity. Now our hero has two options. Either he opens the government wallet and foot all the bill for power generation, or he opens up the power sector to foreign investments. But with the government already spending heavily on subsidies and other commitments, our hero will quickly realize that the government simply does not have the budget required to meet Nigeria's electricity demand. Therefore, That leaves foreign investors. But foreign investors are hesitant to put their money into Nigeria's power sector for many reasons. At the center of it is this: the Nigeria's power sector is designed in a way that makes fixing it financially irrational for investors. To understand this, we have to understand how power is generated and distributed in Nigeria. In Nigeria, power is generated by a group of private companies called GenCos. Once the power is produced, it is sent through transmission line through the Transmission Company of Nigeria. From there, it is passed to a private company called DISCOs, which finally delivers electricity to homes and businesses. While the power flow looks straightforward, it is the money flow that starts to get interesting. Home and businesses pay directly to DISCOs. However, the DISCOs do not buy power directly from the GenCos. Instead, they purchase from a government agency called NBED. So NBED buy from GenCos and sell to the DISCOs before the DISCOs sell it to the final consumers. But there's another government agency in this chain called NERC. The job of the NERC is to tell the DISCOs how much they are allowed to charge homes and businesses, which is always below the market rate. However, this is only one part of the problem. Many Nigerians see electricity as a right rather than a product. Some people wait for power companies to turn their back and then reconnect disconnected wires. Some neighborhoods even go as far as attacking the workers to defend what they call their share of the national cake. These losses are known as the ATC and C losses. In simple terms, it means out of all the electricity generated, how much of it gets paid for. In Nigeria, as much as 40% of the electricity generated get lost without being paid for. And this happens in three main ways. 1. Technical losses. Physical losses such as power loss as heat while traveling long distance, old and overloaded transmission lines, poor transformers, and bad infrastructure. Some loss is normal, but Nigerian level is not. 2. Commercial losses. Illegal connection, meter bypassing, estimated billing, wrong billing, or no meter at all. Electricity is consumed but never properly recorded. 3. Collection losses. Bills are issued but not paid, communities refusing to pay, government agencies owes billions, or DISCO's agent collecting small bribe to look the other way. So imagine selling something for 100 naira, but anytime you sell, you collect only 50 naira. Will you expand? Will you improve the quality? You can't fix what you cannot build. If half of the product disappear, no serious investor will put his money into that business. Why will they? They will just lose money faster. Nigerians power industry players face an uphill battle, and when they finally manage to scale those obstacles, the government prevents them from charging market rates. So the business model is upside down. Tariff is controlled politically, and the cost does not match the cost of supplying power. Therefore, the DISCOs lose money, so they cannot maintain equipment. The equipment becomes worse, then more power is lost, then tariffs stay low, then the government keep bailing them out, and Nigerians remain in the dark. Ironically, the people price regulation is supposed to help are the one it hurts. The rich still pay more for fuel and diesel for generator to make up for unstable electricity, while the poor cannot get job because factories are not working. If Nigeria produces more power, even at double the current price, more factories will be able to operate. They will hire more Nigerians and pay them more. Those Nigerians are going to turn around and buy this product from the factories, so the money circulates within the economy. This happened in China. It took over 20 years to go from a poor economy to a superpower, and during that time it lifted 800 million people out of poverty, the most in history. But what will happen if we completely remove the government from the power sector and leave everything to the free market? There are two likely scenarios. Scenario A: nothing else changes. The whole sector collapses because most DISCOs are financially weak. They do not collect enough money, and GenCos will not sell to buyers who cannot pay. So GenCos demand cash first. DISCOs do not have cash. Therefore, power supplies drop even worse than now. That's why NBED exists, to absorb the shock the DISCOs cannot handle. Scenario B: full and proper market reform. This can work, but only if three things happen. 1. Electricity price becomes cost reflective. That means tariffs goes up, period. 2. Everyone is metered. No estimating billing, no postpaid bills. Strong enforcement, no political interference when people refuse to pay. A strong state enforces contract ruthlessly and stay out of pricing. A weak state controls pricing, excuse non-payment, and blames companies. Nigeria has to start acting like a strong state. If this happens, DISCOs can pay GenCos directly. NBED becomes unnecessary. The government step backs and power improves. However, electricity will be more expensive at first. There is no magic version where price stays low, government exists, and power improves at the same time. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it helps me to make more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.